So, Mac, what were your first impressions when you did see PG and Kawhi out together on the court?
Just what I thought all along. Defensively, oh my goodness. Not just with these two, but to close out a lot of games, I could see Pat Bev, Montrez, Lou Will, and those two horses. You're talking about just elite defensive talent out there on the floor, holding opponents to 39%, under, 85, 90 points a game. They're going to have, teams are going to have problems scoring the basketball. But advice to Pat Bev and Lou Will is probably licking his chops. He slept so good last night that
right?
I can't believe that I'm playing with these two guys and the amount of attention they're going to receive. I'm a great one-on-one player, and the open looks that I'm going to get. And Pat Bev, just stay in the gym and just shoot wide open threes every single day.
That's practicing for the real games.
Absolutely. just shoot threes, because your life is going to be so much easy. All you have to do is stand out there and wait for the receiving end of a great pass that you're going to get from these guys, and just knock down threes, just knock down shots. It's scary what they're going to be able to accomplish once they figure each other out, meaning Kawhi and PG.
Because, Zach, that dagger shot that we're showing right now, right? They were trapping Kawhi. That's how that ball.
No, that shot, I think, is poetic to what your point was.
Gets to Montrez.
A Lou-Montrez pick and roll.
Oh, was it Lou? Okay, I thought it was.
believe
Yeah,
so. And then Trez kicks to Beverly. So it's like the three other guys as Kawhi and PG space the floor. And that's why they're going to be, it's not going to look pretty on offense all the time, but to have two wings who can shoot threes, and so they're comfortable playing on or off the ball. They're like interchangeable. You saw possessions, Kawhi pick and roll, doesn't go anywhere. PG pick and roll, kick to Kawhi. That just works. And defensively, I mean, they could have guarded Kemba and did guard Kemba with four different guys, and they're not afraid to switch with Harold. They don't like to do it, but they're not afraid to do it. They've switched them onto LeBron in the opening game. They're going to switch a ton, and they're going to just be a huge pain to score against.
Such a versatile lineup. And it's what I was talking about, yesterday is Kawhi didn't have the best offensive game, but he made the game-winning play on the defensive end. And they can hang their hat on that. They're not going to have great offensive, explosive nights like I expect them to have. But defensively, they're going to be able to win ball games just like they did last night. I mean, that was just a great block, great play by Kawhi, who's struggling with,
He's got a knee problem.
Yeah. But
it looked okay on that?
Yeah, he looked damn near.
Looked okay. To your point about defense, I mean, we were talking just before the show started. You know who comes into this building on Friday? It's an ESPN game, by the way, if you can't be here in L.A. Rockets-Clippers.
Man, I hate that I'm going to be on the plane.
Irresistible force against unstoppable objects. James Harden versus this defense?
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be so good. Let's talk about James Harden. He has been on an unbelievable tear offensively this season, averaging nearly 40 a night, which is a particular interest to the two gentlemen to my left because they made a bet on it. Anyway, the Nuggets, though, working in Zach's favor because he is betting the under, and they were able to hold Harden to only 27 points yesterday.
Baby.
So, Zach, do you feel Denver has outlined any kind of blueprint for slowing Harden down so that you don't have to buy Tracy dinner?
Well, first of all, it's down to 38.4 now. I'm starting to get cocky again. I'm feeling good
You're
about
feeling
myself
good about
now.
yourself.
38.4 looks so much less than 39.5. It's very.
Just wait. It's a long season, Zach Lowe.
Come on.
Long season.
Come on. A blueprint?
The beginning of a blueprint? The beginning of something of something?
James Harden has seen every gimmick defense in the NBA. Guys climbing on his back and giving him driving lanes. He's seen everything. If he sees it twice, he's going to figure it out. This is interesting. It's interesting that they threw kind of well-timed double teams at him late in the shot clock and all this, but he's going to figure this out.
Well,
this is not a blueprint that's beyond his imagination.
No, I mean, it worked for last night. It's what I said on the show yesterday is do something different other than what you have been doing before. I mean, they were 9-1 against you guys? Throw a double team at it and see if that works, right? And they started to do that.
You said double team all night.
Double team all night. It kind of slowed him down. He only had 16 shots. He had shot 10 free throws, but he had 10 field goal attempts. And, typically that's up to 25 and 30 shots. So is it a blueprint? No, but you just did something different that I think he hasn't seen you guys do. And he was a little passive.
Well, it does raise. It's going to be to me, it's the single most interesting question in the NBA, strategic-wise, is what is Russell Westbrook doing when James Harden has the ball, and that's going to be an ongoing thing. And some of those doubles left Russell Westbrook with 20 feet of space, and and the numbers with them both on the floor are getting better and better as the season goes on. But that's going to be the biggest stylistic question they have to answer.
Well, look, it might not be for the rest of the season, but for last night, it was a win for Denver. It speaks to the fact that Denver, after a shaky start, right? Let's face it, the defensive effort was not there in the opening games that we saw last season, and clearly they have snapped that back into form. They were on it defensively last night. And Nikola Jokic, who came into the season not looking his best, let's say, has rounded into form as well. So I don't know, that team's won a bunch of games in a row. I think that they're pretty dangerous. I'm interested to see what happens there. We got so many good teams right now.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.